Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Good Guy Sports Masters Edition. As we record today on this episode, that that we that we will look ahead of the current leaderboard in the special tournament. We will also talk about the winner of the par three contest and the drive, chip, and putt, and the women's amateur. We will dive into all that in a little bit. But as we record here, a little bit on this episode of Blue Guy Sports, a little bit after 5 o'clock p.m. local time, the current leaderboard as things stand right now. Well, it was Rory McIlroy at the top of the leaderboard, but now it is a six-way tie right now between Patrick Reed and Rory McIlroy. Patrick Reed, if you may remember, he won the green jacket not that long ago in 2018. If you want to know more about him, he went to college and won back-to-back NCAA titles at Augusta State University. He resides in the Houston area, and that's pretty much all there is to like about Patrick Reed. And then Rory McIlroy, that we all know after we all know what happened to him last year, that he completed a career Grand Slam, finally wins the green jacket. He's still in this thing, and Justin Rose only one shot back of the lead right now. He and Rose, who is a player that went to the went to play in the playoff, end up on the losing end, and and Rose once again is definitely not out of this thing. Is still looking for his first career green jacket, and then you have Retine and Day from Australia and Norway to follow up, and then one of the, and then one of, and then here's something, and here's a few things the things to follow up that I find interesting so far in this in the in this Masters tournament is that Gary Woodland, from all that he has came from behind from the brain surgery, for all the stuff that he's dealt with in his life, he a player that has won the Houston Open last week, had dealt so much. He is by far, I think, one of the greatest comeback stories you'll ever see in golf after going through all that, which was a very remarkable, pretty cool story to look at. But 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 I know that Rory McIlroy is currently tied atop the leaderboard right now, for six under. But if you guys ever watched the Rory McIlroy documentary or haven't seen it yet, then I would highly recommend watching it. I've already watched it myself, and it was very good. I would really encourage all of you guys to watch it. It was a must see. This documentary just gave me goosebumps and just made me just made just made me just inspired and from what Rory McIlroy has been through after what was is finally broke through and finally completing the career Grand Slam is all that what he really went into is after all what he went to as a golfer and to be well represented for the people of Northern Ireland. It was very special, and I was glad to be able to watch and be a part of it. And
He just took the lead as well, by the way.
oh wow, wow, wow,
Just to give you a live update there. But no, I think
wow,
you're
yeah.
right to bring up McElroy, obviously, Jackson, because he is really the big storyline. I mean, you could argue he's the big storyline in golf right now, isn't he? Like, you don't really have the stars of yesteryear, like Tiger and Phil era kind of thing. Like, I mean, Scheffler is, but like, I think as like a personality, Scheffler doesn't really come close in that um, status as like a Tiger, Phil, or like Rory kind of thing. So I think Rory having a strong showing and looks like he's well on his way to being in contention come Saturday, Sunday here at Augusta. So Rory going for a repeat Masters, which I think historically, I don't know, Mike, you're the you're the numbers history guy here in terms of like back-to-back Masters winners. That actually is pretty rare. Like we've seen some of these dominant golfers, Tiger, Phil, Scotty or whatever, like amass multiple major wins, but getting that back-to-back is pretty rare. So
Yeah,
like,
I think Tiger Woods was the last one to do it.
yeah,
I don't recall the years, but Rory just birdied the three par hole 12. So he had to have had a heck of a tee shot
for sure. That's his
for
game,
that.
isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's his strength.
And he came into this tournament with um back injury. And
Mm, mm.
so a lot of proponents weren't thinking he was going to do all that well. But he's doing remarkably well. He shot a 67 yesterday, and he's now seven under par. So he's not doing too bad today. So
By the way, this would mark the first time since 1984 that neither Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson are in the field competing for this year's Masters. So something to really consider as of what would be as of how they had to say the tournament's not really the same without him, and that's just happened to be 2026 is just happened to be one of those years as they've been dealing with so much stuff off the course is the reason why they're not competing this year.
So Jack, who are the guys that you had your eyes on before the Masters started? Maybe obviously given some of the after the first round and we're like mostly through the second round here, maybe your opinion has changed on who you like to win this thing, but who are you high on say come Wednesday to do well in this tournament?
So I had Scottie Scheffler and Xander Schauffele, who is still, by the way, in this thing, just a few shots back. And then John Rahm, who I thought was going to play well, but it turns out he didn't. So that's who I have currently in my Masters pool.
So Rom is not doing particularly well.
No.
Scheffler is
he's even right now.
even. I think
He
he
shot a 74 today, so
yeah,
he's finished round two.
it doesn't look like he's going to be in contention really.
Yeah, he had a couple. He had a water shot today.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the story is the greens are running very fast. I mean, that you hit them and they're like concrete.
100%. No,
Yeah,
I
and
was
yeah,
yeah, go
yeah.
ahead,
So
Jeff.
so sorry, Blake. I'm glad you brought that uh, topic up because I've been watching all these shows. I've been watching all I have been watching all these shows and and programs and episodes and various programs that everybody's been talking about the weather of how fast and firm it's going to be. Like Uncle Mike said, looking at this forecast this weekend, not a single raindrop to be cannot not to be found this weekend in this tournament. So usually at Augusta National, you see a lot of you see some rain delays and thunderstorms and all that, and 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 some interfere rain showers, and wind and cold and windy conditions. Not the case this year, as the course is going to be very fast. I expect a lot more ball speed. The greens are going to get more faster and stronger than ever before. So anytime you see a golf course played like this, which I cannot remember a match tournament being played in this high of a weather condition that is like this. But anytime you see something like this um, being played out in a golf tournament, especially at Augusta National, that tells me that the greens are going to go a lot more faster and a lot more quicker and stronger. because the ball is going to be going going more further out. The weather forecast is showing that it's going to be 85 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. So that's going to tell me that the ball speed is going to be much faster than expected. Something to keep your eye on as the tournament goes forward and ahead for the next few days.
Mike, who are some of the guys that you liked coming into this tournament?
Oh, I've got Justin Rose, 46-year-old. Uh, Always seems to be come in second place. Uh, but it would be good. He's doing well. He hit a 70
Always the
yesterday.
bridesmaid, never the bride,
Yeah,
Rosie, huh?
yeah. Well, the last 46-year-old to win the Masters was back in 1986. A gentleman named Jack Nicklaus.
Oh, I think I've heard of him.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, we all have.
so he's definitely one to watch. And another one to watch is the Norwegian Christoph Reeton. And he just finished today with a 68. He had a 72 par yesterday, but he comes in at -4. Uh, Tyrell Hatton shot a 74 yesterday, but he shot a 66 today.
Hmm.
He's also at -4. I think I got my eye on those three for over the weekend.
Yeah, I think so far that's the best score you've seen today, in the second round for sure. So, yeah, I think you're right to bring up Rose for sure. He's a lot of people's picks. Obviously, he had the playoff loss to Rory last year. And he's either second or definitely top three in terms of most Masters runners-up finishes as well, Rose. So, like I said, he's always been thereabouts, but just never been able to get it over the line.
Yeah.
Um, but he'll be in contention come Saturday, come after the cutoff for sure. Like as long as he stays thereabouts, I think
Hmm.
he's a good shout.
Yeah. And what do you think of Patrick Reed?
Yeah, I know Jackson, you mentioned him a little bit, but I mean, he
Yes,
kind of just knows, I mean, he knows the course, right? Like you said, he played college golf in Georgia, in Augusta.
Augusta State
He's a
University.
former champion. He kind of just seems to hibernate the rest of the year, but come April at Augusta National, he seems to, bring his A game. So definitely can't rule him out.
Yeah. He must
For
like
sure.
those pimento cheese sandwiches.
I taking a look at him, Mike. I think he's had a couple, to be fair. What do you guys think of? So the other guy that I have my eye on here is Fleetwood, and he's uh 4 under right now. He's 3 under today in his round. Um, he's kind of been another guy, maybe somewhat similar to Rose, and I think he kind of got over the hump recently with that Tour Championship victory, didn't he? And even that was like a close one. He's always kind of, he's a fan favorite on tour, you would say. Like, he's a really popular player, but never been able to do it in that big major championship frame. He's certainly in contention right now.
Yeah.
I personally would like to see him do well. I think he's a good golfer. So I
Hmm.
think Fleetwood is one that I've got my eye on as well.
Yeah, he eagled 8 today.
Mm.
Mm.
Had a 71 yesterday, but he's certainly having a better round today.
Yeah,
So,
Fleetwood.
yeah.
Yeah, Fleetwood's one of the players that's. I wouldn't say it's going to be a lot of work for the next 45 holes remaining in this tournament, but he is considered one of the players that's in the mix, maybe for a top 10 finish, but certainly can be right up there in the conversation, for sure.
Who was
Maybe
that?
with
Who do you think is surprisingly not doing well?
not
I think
doing well,
I think you got to throw John Rahm probably in that
Hmm.
discussion.
and
I certainly thought
yeah,
he would have a decent round.
and
One
yeah,
guy that I was really high on, Mike, coming into this, that has proven to be, and um, he was had a controversial first round, is Robert McIntyre, the Scotsman.
Hmm.
He shot an 80 in the first round, and some of those involved a couple of expletives and some
Yeah,
very
I heard about that. Yeah.
frustrated looks, frustrated gestures from old Bobby Mack.
Oh, one hole he had a couple water shots.
Yeah, no, he spent quite a lot of time in the water and sand yesterday, which I was pretty high on him coming into this tournament, so I was a little bit disappointed to see that. But the Scotsmen like to show their emotions, don't they? So he's bounced back with a 71 today, but still
Yeah.
seven over. And Jackson,
And
I mean, well, last thing,
yeah,
Jackson,
sorry.
You gotta throw Bryson into that as well, right?
Yeah,
Is
yes,
that what you're gonna say?
that's who I
Four over right now, we should say.
yes, that's the player that I have, the Shambo, who was supposed to be in the contribution for a green jacket, but his putter and his driver has not been playing well, so he's currently full over right now, like you said. So he was supposed to be in the mix, or if not for top 10 finish, probably possibly he was supposed to be earning his first career green jacket to earn himself in their major. That doesn't seem to be going his way. But Brooke Keppa is certainly also one of the players that's in the competition for a green jacket. But at least he's still in this thing slightly, but not a whole lot. But yeah, Bryson DeChambeau to me, my biggest player that I have. That's actually Blake Lomberger's pick in his master pool, and so far he's not doing so great with his pick because DeChambeau thought he had everything thought he had everything go as planned. It turns out he does not. So that's why he's four over, and it's not his fault because the like I said, the golf courses have played in tough, difficult conditions. It's a lot drier than ever before. So that's part of the reason why he's not playing well, and he's four over par of for today.
What do you think the cut line's going to be?
Um, five over.
I think I'm seeing it around 4 over, 5 over, maybe. It looks like four I'm seeing maybe on some sources. So
Mhm.
Bryson might just sneak in there. Not that it matters too much, but himself, Rom, Hovland as well, sitting at 3 over, might just sneak in there. You mentioned the other Norwegian guy, Mike. People
Mhm.
thought he'd be doing better, but Retan is obviously putting together a much better round overall. But um, what about Kepka as well, Jackson? He's had a pretty good start to his round, is 72 and a 69 today, kind of thereabouts. He's one of those guys that we haven't heard from as much the past couple years. But I mean, he's got the pedigree of multiple majors, right? So he's somebody that you should keep an eye on.
Yes, Brooks Koepka is currently free under par right now, so he's currently one of the players that's currently not out of it. He'll definitely play the weekend for sure, but at least but at least he'll try to make a run at it for the weekend, which I'm I- expecting him to. So at least he'll still be in this thing, but I would say it's a long shot for him to even make him earn his first green jacket, but like I said, at least he's still in this thing, and just going to try to play your just try to play clean, perfect golf, and make sure you don't make any mistakes. And if you do, and if you do all that, and if it goes all well, then I think Kepka has a chance to possibly get a top 10 finish, or if not a green jacket, but at least you do all that, and I think he has a chance.
Fair enough, fair enough. Any other
You also
golf?
have Shane Lowry at -3.
Yeah,
And Cameron Young, I feel like also a Masters green jacket is currently one under par right now in Masters green jacket contention, the conversation. But at least he's got a lot of work to do in order for that to happen. But at least there's still 3 more days left to go. If you can just try to not make any mistakes and just try to make sure you can get a lot of birdies and a lot of eagles and try to keep getting more pars and get everything that goes get everything done, and try to play clean, competitive golf, and good things will happen. And that's really the beauty of this Master Tournament golf tournament. So if you do, is that if you do is that if you do all that, then I say that then I say Cameron Young has a has a pretty good chance.
So, Jack, should we go off of the evidence that we have right now, where we're just finishing up the second round, who we think will be Masters champion come Sunday? Obviously, this is a Masters prediction special, and we're just about halfway through the Masters. So, it's not a full prediction before round one, but we're about halfway through. So, should we give some predictions on who we think will ultimately be putting on that green jacket come Sunday?
Yeah, I think McIlroy is going to go back to back. He is going to earn consecutive green jackets.
But you love a dynasty, don't
I
you?
do for the first time
Does
since
that count as a
Tiger Woods
dynasty?
did it
Kind of.
in 2001, 2002, and he will join Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods to win consecutive back-to-back green jackets. So I think he'll be on that list if he does all that, and if he if he plays clean, perfect golf, then I think Rory McIlroy's got another shot at a green jacket.
Mike, how do you see this one playing out?
I'm gonna stick with Justin Rose. I'm gonna go with the old guy.
Rose, I like it. I like it. He's certainly, I feel like he was a popular prediction, for good reason as well. Like he's kind of one of those guys that's due, I would say, from that perspective. I, by the way, Tommy Fleetwood is now tied for second at 6 under as we record here. He is tearing through his round. We should say he just hit an eagle on 15, a par five on 15. So um, two eagles today so far in his round for Fleetwood. So um, this might honestly color you got to make predictions based off of live evidence here, Mike. So I'm gonna have to go with
Hmm.
Fleetwood, but I would like to see. So in my heart, I would like to see Fleetwood win the Masters. Realistically, though, you know what? It's tough because you don't have those Schefflers and Schauffeleys sort of like up with the leaderboard that you would think to get the job done. Patrick Reed, I don't know if I can trust him to. I mean, he still has a couple of holes left here as we record on Friday, but I think I'm leaning with Jackson actually. I think I'm leaning for McIlroy back-to-back
Hmm.
green jackets. But it's really a tough one to say. I'd say you can take your pick between any five golfers here who you could realistically see with that green jacket. So that makes it a competitive last two rounds,
So
I would
so we're
say.
saying somebody from the UK is gonna win.
Well, you got McIlroy, Fleetwood, Rose. You can throw in your guy Hatton as well into that mix. It seems
Hmm.
like British golf is in a pretty good place. Obviously, the Ryder Cup would lead you to suggest that as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, indeed.
All right.
Uh,
Well, also a player to consider is Max Homa, who's also in the mix. So definitely keep that in mind, especially for Blake Blomberg, because that's a player that
Is
who
that
he
his one of
has.
his favorites?
Yes, it is. That's who he has in the playoff pool. Playoff pool as he talked to me the other day. So that's what he has. So we'll leave it at that. But before we sign off on Good Guy Sports, I do want to get real quick few things in if I can. So I want to get a shout out to Maria Joes Martin, who won the 2026 Augusta Women's Amateur, who is become the first play who becomes the first player from Colombia to win at Augusta National. As if you want to know more about her, well, she went to college, played college golf at Arkansas, and she wins his first ever green jacket title in the women's amateur round, and she defeated Andrea Bravelta on 10 under. So that's something very cool to see if you guys ever catch or watch any of it on Sunday, on Saturday rather, and then on Wednesday we had the par three contest, which I don't know if you guys were able to catch it. Like I did. Well, you had Aaron Rai who have won the par three contest. Aaron Rai who so Aaron Rai
The
is
Englishman, right?
yes he's from England and he's won it this year. And by the way, no player from the par three contest has ever won the Augusta ha, ha, has won the green jacket and the par three contest in the same year. That rarely happens, but you never know. But that could all change in the years to come. But what's interesting about this is that the highlights from this, in case you guys missed it or ever catched it or ever saw it in real time, or if you caught the highlights of it, is that you had Justin Thomas, Wyndham Clark, Keegan Bradley, Tommy Fleetwood. They recorded like during an event by hole two and hole four, and you had Keegan Bradley become the first player in history and to hold back-to-back park pin contests, also holding 2025. That was pretty cool to see. And then you have family moments, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but and then you had celebrity caddies like Kevin Hart and with for Bryce DeChambeau, and you had NFL star Jason Kelsey
Oh,
who
brother.
carried the bag for Austria Batia, which I thought was very entertaining to watch. And then for family moments, you
And
had
that's one of us.
Tommy Fleetwood's son Frankie, who gained
I did
significant
like to see
attention
that.
for his attempts. I know you do. For to clear the water on the ninth hole, while Scottie Scheffler shared a moment on the course with his son Bennett. Oh, that's a cute moment right there. And then my first reaction to watch the par three contest it was that it was like taking your family out to bowling
Mm.
or to a miniature miniature golf. That's what it reminded me of watching the par three contest. It was just one of the family opportunities of the families and the people coming alive, and then also I do want to get a quick shout out to the drive, chip, and putt for all the little kids playing golf as they had their moment, and as they um as they began, what was their begin for those little kids out there beginning for what would be their what I would say their what I would say their beginning chapter, a new beginning of becoming a professional golfer. So I say it's only the beginning from there, and what I would call the next generation of golfers, and that's what and that's what they do for the drive, chip, and putt every year since this was established. Like I remember when I was a little kid, it was not around. I wish I participated in it, but at least the little kids have something to do have something to do now to be for them to be a part of it and something to do as part of life skills. But at least there's a lot of fun opportunities and stuff to get involved here at Augusta National. But yeah, the par three contest really is the one that struck me out. And I want to ask you guys before we call ourselves today here at Good Guys Sports. I'm out of time, but I want to ask you guys: did you catch or watch any if not the entire the highlights of the Augusta National Par Three contest?
The only thing I saw was Kelsey carrying the golf bag.
Oh yeah, that was the best part. I
He's the
agree.
man for the job for sure. Obviously, he's those linemen would be decent caddies actually. To be fair, given the weight they put on their shoulders.
Yeah.
I did see that. Part three is fun. Maybe I'm maybe not as much into the celebrity aspect of it, but I do like seeing the players' family. Like wives, girlfriends, kids, all that kind of stuff. Coming together, having like a fun time. I think that's a cool thing. You mentioned Fleetwood's son obviously went viral for trying to get on the green. Didn't quite make it this year, but as long as Tommy keeps coming to Augusta, maybe eventually, his son will get on there. So very, very fun, cute story to follow there. So I'm with you, Jackson. I think it's a really cool aspect of Augusta National having the family there. Makes it feel like
Oh,
a really
it's
unique tradition experience. So it was great to
oh
watch.
oh yeah, it's the best part, Blake. If you haven't been, which I wish I was there, you would have loved it. And I think any little kids out there for the direction putt in the perfect contest, if you haven't been, I would highly recommend and put it down on your bucket list. That's what I would do for all your little kids out there listening to our show. It's a bucket list item. I wouldn't want to miss it, and that's what I would do. So there's that. All right, I'm Jackson Durkee, Good Guy Sports signing off. Great, great talking to you guys. Blake Gerke will be the host next week, and I hope everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of the Augusta National Golf Tournament. We'll see how it unfolds. We will unpack all of it next week. And until then, in, enjoy the golf tournament, enjoy Augusta National, and 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 enjoy the sounds and beauty of what it has to offer for what the golf tournament has it all. Enjoy the final few days of the Augusta National Golf Club. We will all see how it plays out and unfolds, and we will talk all about it next week. Have a great weekend, guys, and we'll talk to you all, and we will talk to all you guys, same place, same time next week. Have a great night and weekend, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Jackson. Thanks. Good to see you,
Bye.
Blake. Bye.